Buspirone is an anti-anxiety medication that not a lot of people know about, but it has its pros and cons. And the 3 reasons I'm gonna let you know today are gonna help you decide if you actually want to start taking Buspirone or not. Reason number 3 is the most important one, so make sure you guys stick around to that. Before we hop into reason number 1, let me give you guys a little bit of a background on what Buspirone actually is, aka Buspar, just so you can know exactly what this medication is. So Buspirone, I have been prescribed it right here. Let's see if you guys can see, but Buspirone, I've been taking the 15 milligrams HCl. This is like the generic version of it. Basically, it's an anti-anxiety medication. So a lot of people out there, they get kind of antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, things like benzodiazepines, all kind of confused. If you are somebody who thinks that you have anxiety, maybe you suffer from like making decisions, like decision paralysis, if you have like a hard time being in social situations, the reason why I personally started taking Buspirone was because I just was getting like a lot of like social anxiety. I was very nervous. I'm actually a bartender, believe it or not, but I was kind of starting to have like a harder time going to work. And I have been on antidepressants in the past. I've tried all of them. I tried the Lexapros, the Wellbutrins, and none of them were really quite working. Just another side tangent real quick, guys. A lot of times people will get depression and anxiety kind of confused. Like you might think that you're depressed, but in reality, you just have like really bad anxiety. Like you're just anxious, and that's what's kind of making you feel bad or whatever about life. So basically my psychiatrist, she recommended to me Buspirone. I had never heard of it before, but I was like, okay, let me try it out. Let me give it a try. And it actually had some pretty interesting and good effects, at least in the beginning. So that'll lead us into the first thing you need to know about Buspirone is that it's gonna work. It's gonna take away your anxiety. So again, this is not a one size fits all type of thing, but I personally feel for like 90% of people that use Buspirone, again, you guys know that I do my research. I hop onto Reddit, I look at YouTube videos, and for most people, Buspirone is actually quite effective. It's gonna take away that anxious feeling. So for me personally, when I first started taking it, I would feel weird in social situations, but when I took my Buspirone in the beginning, it's like all of that kind of just melted away within my body. Like anxiety is something that you can kind of feel like in your gut, in your body. Of course, it's like in your head as well too, but it's something that's like kind of a bodily feeling too that not everybody like will recognize. But yeah, I just realized that after I started taking Buspirone, it was much easier for me to like go to work and talk to people. Again, I'm a bartender, so I have to like kind of engage folks like as they're drinking and I'm serving them and stuff. That was much easier. I could like almost hang out around my friends better. When I first started taking it, I lived in a content house still. I didn't live by myself. And sometimes I wouldn't even want to go into the kitchen where everybody was at. I lived with 4 other guys. I wouldn't even want to go into the kitchen simply because I just didn't feel like talking. I just would be really anxious and I wouldn't know what to say. But Buspirone, with me getting on that, it made it so much easier for me to go into the kitchen, make small talk. And I actually recommended it to some of my friends out here in real life. And they're all saying the same thing. Like it just made it easier for them to calm down. Same thing, I would kind of get like these little bit of like panic attacks almost, or anxiety attacks, just from being overstimulated, weird situations with like ex-girlfriends and stuff. Like I was kind of just going through it and I was having like panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I would take Buspirone whenever I feel like one of those was coming up, and it would just like fade away and melt away. So the reason why I also like Buspirone and why I feel like it's so effective, I like it more than something like a benzodiazepine. A lot of people will like pop like a Xanax, or they'll take like some type of benzo to kind of like help them calm down. But benzos have like really bad side effects, guys. You can get like addicted to them. Coming off of them, you can actually like die from withdrawals and stuff. So they're actually a very dangerous class of drug. Whereas with Buspirone, it's not gonna be like that. Now, if you need to come off of this, you're not gonna die from it or anything. And also it's very easy to get on. I like it over antidepressants too, because unlike your Lexapros or your Wellbutrins or really any type of antidepressant, it takes a long time of you taking the drug for it to work. Whereas with Buspirone, like within a week, I was feeling it. And honestly, the first time that I took it, I kind of felt like it helped. So that's gonna lead us into the second thing you guys need to know about if you're thinking about taking Buspirone, is that low key, guys, you're gonna feel kind of high taking this. Now, I use this very like, carefully, and again, guys, this is not medical advice or anything. I'm just a regular person. If you guys want medical advice, go watch some like doctor's YouTube channel or whatever, but I'm giving you my personal experience as a real person using Buspirone. Guys, the first few times that I took this, and honestly for a while, every time that I would take it, I would feel kind of like almost like loony. I'm gonna try to be careful using the word high, but it kind of feels like that. As somebody who's kind of like a purveyor of drugs, and I tried like every drug out there, this definitely has an effect, guys. Like I would take it, and how I would describe it is that I would feel a little bit dizzy sometimes, but it's almost like my mind would feel like, not like you're like, you know, smoking the green stuff or anything, but kind of semi. It's almost like my mind would like clear and go to like a different place almost. I would feel a little bit dizzy. So even like walking around, I felt like a little bit woozy and wobbly. And it was very much a feeling akin to like just taking a drug, guys. So that's the second thing that it could be a pro or it could be a con depending on what you're looking for, but you kind of have to be careful too, because I remember even taking Buspirone and like operating a motor vehicle right after, like guys, it felt a little bit like I might not have been supposed to be doing that. And I think that is one of the things that my psychiatrist told me. But yeah, when you feel this, you're gonna feel like a little bit loopy, a little bit loony. Again, it's like not necessarily a bad feeling per se, but it does kind of feel like you've taken a substance, if I'm being completely honest. If you guys are looking for like natural supplements that can kind of have that recreational, like fun value, by the way, you can check out this video right here. But since you guys stuck around to the very end of the video, here's the third thing that you need to know about Buspirone, and something that I wish that I would have known. Like my psychiatrist didn't tell me. Again, I did like a lot of research on like Reddit, other YouTube videos and stuff. Like I dug deep into the literature. But the third thing that I just found out recently from being on Buspirone for about 6 months now is that, guys, it actually takes away some of your motivation and just your productivity. And for me, being like an artist, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a musician, I DJ, I do all these creative things. I think it also kind of took a little bit away from my creativity. Now, it's funny how I stumbled upon this, because again, I told you guys that I had a friend that I recommended taking Buspirone because he kind of goes through like different mental issues as well too. And he told me literally from like a month of him using it, he's like, dude, like, does it feel like you're not as creative? And I thought about it. Even on my YouTube channel, guys, you guys can see, I have not been posting like really for like the last like 6 months. I've kind of been on a hiatus. And a big part of that was because I felt like I had like a lack of motivation, just in general. Like, although Buspirone makes you feel like more all right, just in everyday life, like you don't feel as anxious, I almost kind of feel like anxiety is almost like a seesaw. And so like when your anxiety goes down, so does your motivation a little bit. Because in a sense, guys, if you think about it, anxiety, it's a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing. Like, for example, in my situation, if I feel anxious that I'm not posting YouTube videos consistently, a lot of times that anxiousness is gonna be what's gonna push me to go and make sure that I'm filming, that I'm editing and stuff. Like even right now, I think I've been off of Buspirone for like 3 or 4 days, and a lot of my motivation feels like it's coming back. A lot of my creativity feels like it's coming back. So as somebody who also has like ADHD, like I take like Vyvanse and stuff, I'll make a video on that. Comment down below if you want me to review some like ADHD medications I've tried. Motivation is something that I'm very much so trying to keep in my life, because when I am not motivated, I also get depressed. But yeah, as somebody who like needs to be able to do creative things, who needs to be able to be good at time management and stuff, since Buspirone took a lot of my anxiety away, it also took a lot of my care for like how things turned out. So it's like I didn't really care if I was posting on YouTube. I didn't really care if I was making or dropping or releasing new music. I didn't really care if I wasn't working and I wasn't making as much money. And again, guys, you need to have like some sort of like stability in life. Like you can't just not care about everything or anything, because your life will like fall apart and you won't be doing the things that you know you ought to do. So that's just like the third thing that I really think that you guys should know before thinking about taking Buspirone. Like, yes, if you take it for like a short period, and how I would probably recommend it for you guys would be to take it for a little bit. I was going through like a bad breakup. I was having panic attacks and stuff, and it helped me a lot get out of that period. But really, like after the first or second month of me taking Buspirone, I just kind of took it for the other 6 months that I was taking it, simply out of just habit and because I was already taking it twice a day. So if I have to review Buspirone, guys, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 if you do have anxiety, because it's gonna help you. But again, I would say use it in short spurts, guys. Like if I ever felt myself having a panic attack or anything, then maybe I might take Buspirone again. But again, I've been off of it for about 3 or 4 days now, guys, and I'm actually starting to feel like a lot of that motivation and stuff coming back. So comment down below, are you guys thinking about taking Buspirone, or have you already tried it? What's been some of you guys' experiences with it? Because these medications do affect everybody differently, so I like to know how it affected you guys, or if you're thinking about hopping on it. If you guys like today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications, because I do post videos like this every single day. And if you are somebody like me who maybe you don't know if you have depression or anxiety, I actually have another video over here reviewing Buspirone. It was like an antidepressant slash kind of semi ADHD medication that I tried. So check that out next, because it might help you out. I love you guys, and I'll speak with you very soon. I'll see you tomorrow.